What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Rep Talk. Last episode, we talked about my solo lifting journey and a small little pilot episode. This time, we have a special guest in Dan Ambrosio. He goes to Virginia Tech, and we basically started our lifting journeys around the same time. But with his situation, it was a little different. Why was your journey so different, Dan?
Hey, what's up? So I would say my lifting journey was a little bit different from Aiden's and everyone else's that most other people's because I had severe scoliosis. So that made me being able to lift and how I felt lifting very different. So I had to find a way to work around that.
Yeah, I mean, I have an image of your scoliosis X-ray. Let's put it up.
All right, bet.
Oh man, that's
Damn.
rough. That is rough. I mean, I don't see myself lifting with that. Like I would be like, I just go to PT surgery or wear that brace and try to fix that before I even go to the gym. But why did you start going?
Well, you see, you mentioned the brace. I actually couldn't wear the brace because I didn't find out I had scoliosis until, well, I would have been I think I was 18 or 17 or 18. It was right before I left for college freshman year. So 2021. So I would have been 18. So pretty much at that point, I was done growing. So the brace doesn't do anything for you. So I decided, well, just before I got the scoliosis diagnosis, I had started going to the gym with one of me and Aiden's other friends. His name's Ryan. I don't know if he's been on the podcast yet, but we went a bit. We weren't that super committed to it because we were both brand new to it. And so when I found out I had scoliosis, my doctors kind of told me I could go, but to be extra careful. So then college started. I went a couple times, but again, I wasn't that committed to it until me and Aiden actually started going about maybe 8 to 9 months later. We started going more often. But I obviously compared to Aiden, Aiden was definitely stronger than me, but I had to find different ways around lifting with scoliosis.
Yeah, I mean, I started out heavier than you. I had I didn't have any health conditions, but you started out with a little different. You had very bad scoliosis, as we saw in the image before. And you, even though I remember you telling me how the doctors were telling you not to lift this, don't do this lift,
Yeah.
don't do that. What was your response to the doctors?
All right, so pretty much the main thing they told me never to do was to deadlift, never deadlift. Outside of that, they told me most everything is fine, not to go heavy, but I mean, Aiden, you know me, I gotta go
Yeah,
heavy.
you got to
So,
go heavy.
but obviously you have to find a way around that. And even with deadlifting, eventually I realized, I don't want to say the doctors were wrong, but they were a little gung ho about me not deadlifting because it ended up being not that big of a problem. But I actually have a video on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna plug real quick. Ambient Dan. I have a video about lifting with scoliosis. This is before I ever got surgery for it. So that in that video, I still have the scoliosis that you saw on the screen before. Um, but pretty much a lot of it just came down to being extra cautious. Nothing crazily different than what Aiden had to do. But I would have to wear my belt a lot more because obviously it's a lot higher risk. Like if I have a back injury, it's 10 times worse probably than if somebody with a normal back got hurt deadlifting or squatting or overhead press or anything like that. So I would say that was the biggest thing. And then pretty much I just had to make sure my form was absolutely perfect because I know when you're new to the gym, everyone has bad form when they're doing especially heavy lifts. Everyone, I mean, Aiden had bad form. Even I had bad form.
Yep.
Our friends all had bad form. So I think I just had to be extra more conscious about lifting with good form, especially on lifts that put pressure on my back, like back squatting and deadlifting, because one wrong move and my back was just ruined.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know how your doctors though didn't really say anything about too much about squatting. That might be the most dangerous lift for the
Exact.
back.
That's the
And you
first thing I found
and you
out.
were going for heavy squats every single time.
Oh yeah, I can send you some videos of my squatting. I think I got up pre-surgery, I got up to about 345, I want to say it was. At post-surgery, I haven't squatted heavy at all. I haven't gone above 300 because the squatting scares me still now, just because I think squatting is actually the most dangerous lift you can do for your back. Outside of the Olympic lifts, being clean and jerk and all that stuff, obviously, I think that's a bit harder on your back, but I've never done that in my life, so
Yeah, I mean, you're putting 300 plus pounds on your back. That's a lot for your spine, especially that it's already screwed up already.
mhm.
It's a lot of weight for your spine to even handle. I mean, how are you even the mobility aspect of the gym though? How are you able to go about that with the spine thing?
Um, like I
With lifts,
yeah.
would you have to do it a certain way?
I would say some of them definitely. I would say for deadlifting, I had to do it one way or my back. Like if I did it the way I always did it, my back would feel fine. So like the way I would do it, it would pretty much just be like I would have to keep my legs a bit higher. Like I would start in a higher stance because I know a lot of people that like to get really low to the ground and then lift with the legs. If I would get that low, it would put too much on my back because the lift takes longer and I put my back in like a worse position than if I start at a high stance because if you start a high stance, you immediately just pull it off the ground. So I'd say that would be like my number one, I think, because deadlift used to be my favorite lift. It's not really anymore because after the surgery, my
Same
back
here.
kind of hurts now. But deadlift, well, yeah, me and Aiden, we used to have a whole like deadlift thing. We would just every day we'd
Yep,
go in and PR deadlift. Like he would
I
get to like
know.
500. I was getting my way up to 500. I think right like the day before my surgery. Imagine this: one day you're deadlifting 485, right? PR, feeling great. One day, less than 24 hours later, you're waking up from back surgery.
And you can't even lift 10 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally, I literally hit my all-time deadlift PR the day before my surgery.
Yeah. My reasons for not deadlifting though is because I failed 600 when I was getting it very easy and I almost teared my pecs.
Yeah, see, like
A
you're
little
you
less
have the
anticlimactic of Dan's surgery. 24 hours before his surgery, he goes in the gym and he picks up 485 pounds, which is well, more than like the majority of the population. Like most gym goers who go for like 10 plus years, there's some people who can't even get 485. The fact that he got there with a really bad back says a lot.
yeah. I mean, I think it just comes. I mean, I would say like I know like people like when I tell them I have scoliosis and I lift or I had scoliosis, I don't anymore. Thankfully, thanks to my doctors. When I would tell someone like I live with scoliosis and they would see my X-ray, like they would think that like it's like way harder than it actually is. But I would say it really like because I loved lifting and I still love lifting. And I think that's what made it a lot easier because like let's say like a regular guy goes to the gym, like they just go to like to be healthy. You find out scoliosis, they're probably not going to go anymore just because it's a high risk. I kind of knew I had a high risk, but I still loved it so much. I was never going to stop. And even like
Yeah,
after my surgery, like when I saw my doctor for the first time, I literally asked him, I was like, I knew I could lift again eventually. My first question was, when can I lift again?
I know it's a really hard thing. I mean, because if I ever got a surgery, if I ever got injured, which I had some close calls in the gym, you were there for one, and that was our first ever day lifting.
Oh yeah, yep,
When, yeah, the shoulder press, and I almost like
yeah,
tore my,
dropped
I,
it all the
my
way back.
dropped it all the way back like that. It happened 2 weeks before. I was ego lifting. I was not doing good form. But if I ever had to miss the gym, I'd be like, I don't know what I would be like. I'd actually like, what am I to do all day? Like, I loved
Yeah.
lifting.
Oh yeah, especially back then. Like that first summer we lifted, like we were going every day and like we loved it. Like it wasn't even like obviously we wanted to get stronger, but I at least for me, I went because I just loved lifting.
No, same. It's like, I want to get stronger, but like, I wanted to get stronger, but lifting really just stemmed from just my enjoyment of lifting and how like
Yeah.
I saw it really as a game, just like the amount of progress
Yeah,
you make, like with just like lifting heavier weights.
exactly. It was literally a video game. I felt like every day, especially then because we were new, we were leveling up every day.
I don't even know like why, but I don't know like how anyone cannot enjoy lifting, honestly.
I
Like
feel like
even
it's
now,
yeah.
just
Even with all
I
my
mean, I have
friends
times
now.
though. I have times though that like I just don't like lifting, but like when it's fun, it's fun.
Oh, exactly. I think yeah. I mean, especially now because we're not like new anymore and we aren't PRing every day. Obviously, there's gonna be days where you're like, damn, I really don't want to lift. But at the end of the day, like we all have that love. Like I think everyone that we went with like that summer, like obviously like they weren't on the podcast, so that the viewers don't know them. But I think we all have that deep love for lifting. At the end of the day, like there's gonna be days where like we're just excited to go and like we just do it because we love it.
Yeah, I know. It's like I said, if I ever got surgery, I'd be so like depressed of how like I'm not going to the gym and I'm losing all my progress. Like
Oh yeah.
just so now like let's get into this. Like tell me about your journey post surgery and post
Uh
everything.
yeah. I mean, I guess do you want me to start like what from the day of the surgery? Like I can tell you
Day
like
of the surgery, you
all
get
right.
out.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So pretty much, my surgery was December 21st, 2023. So about a year and a month ago. A little, yeah, but like, almost exactly a year and a month ago. So, I go in the surgery. It's at like 9 or 10 in the morning. Wake up 6 or 7. So obviously, first night there, I'm strung out on all these painkillers. I'm high, all this stuff. So I'm not really thinking much about lifting at that point. Wake up at 8 a.m. and the nurses come in and they're like, hey, they're like, yo, you got to do physical therapy today. It could be right now, it could be later, depending on how you feel. Because they're like, they kind of didn't want me to do it immediately because they were like, oh, you just woke up, like you're probably still in pain. You want to wait till later today. And I kind of thought about it, and I was like, I'd rather do it now because I know I'm gonna embarrass myself, and I'd rather do it before my family all gets there and watches me like stumbling along the little hallway, like walking and all that stuff. So I got out of bed, did the physical therapy. I passed that, and they even told me I probably passed it so fast because most patients take a couple times to pass it. They told me I probably passed it the first time because I was so strong from lifting already. I had the strength still. And they said if I didn't lift like that before, I probably would have needed a couple tries at it. So I think that is another big bonus of lifting even before the surgery. But I passed the surgery. I'm in the hospital a couple more days. December 23rd comes along. I get discharged, go home, sleep and all that stuff. And for the next couple weeks, it's kind of just like I'm just recovering. And in my mind, I wasn't thinking about, I mean, I was thinking about going back to the gym and doing all this other stuff. But my main focus was like every single day, I need to make at least one improvement in like my physical condition, even if it's super small. Like my first day, my first progress, my first bit of progress was just taking a shower by myself, and then it would progress to like me being able to go up and down the stairs by myself, or being able to drive, or going out to do stuff on my own. And then I find out when I go to my follow up appointment with my doctor before I go back to school, which something I'm actually probably one of the things I'm the most proud of that I've ever done. He told me that I actually broke a record for getting out of the hospital the fastest, being in the best condition to get out of the hospital. Like most patients take 4 to 5 days. I was out in 2.5. And he told me, he was like, yeah, it's probably because you had all that extra muscle, so we're strong enough to like heal and like get out faster. So I'm really proud of myself for that. And they had told me like right after surgery, it probably would have taken 3 months to get back in the gym. After a month, they told me I can go back, not to full capacity. Obviously, I had to go super light, but by that 3 month mark, they told me originally, I was pretty much back entirely to normal outside of back squatting and deadlifting. I wasn't doing that yet. But yeah, come March, I was back to fully normal pretty much. And then by June, I was squatting and deadlifting again.
And were you squatting and deadlifting heavy then, or?
No, so my first deadlift and squat day back, or I'll do deadlift first because I started deadlifting first. I deadlifted around April. First day, I did about a plate, lifted at a plate. Then next week, I next week I deadlifted 4 or 5.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, it's insane. Like lifting has many benefits. It really does. I mean,
Oh yeah,
you don't just go to the gym to look like you have muscle. You go to the gym
absolutely.
to get the muscle,
And
and you're
then
in the peak physical condition. And like you said with the scoliosis thing, like maybe like unless you have like the worst of the worst scoliosis, like even if you have like really bad, like severe scoliosis, you could still go to the gym, and like going to the gym
oh
might be the best thing you could do because you could like get back on your feet and get back to what you were doing beforehand, like
yeah,
before your
oh
surgery, like
absolutely.
faster than you possibly can. Like you proved that by saying that. Like you went to the gym and then you go and you have the fastest recovery time they've seen and fastest discharge from the hospital, all
Yeah,
because you had that muscle from the gym.
absolutely. And I'll also say because I didn't say this before, I had a when I first got diagnosed with scoliosis, I had a 46-degree curve in my spine. By the surgery, they said it was about 48 degrees. And the reason I needed the surgery is they pretty much have this threshold is if you're not at 50 degrees, there's a chance your scoliosis can just stay how it is the rest of your life and you won't need any surgery or anything like that. But once you get to 50, you need surgery because then they know it's guaranteed your curve is going to increase every, not every year, but like throughout your life. And then if I never had gotten that surgery, by the time I'm like in my 50s or 60s, it would have curved enough to the point where it would have been touching my lungs and I would have had trouble breathing. So once they saw the curve grow, they said I need a surgery. So I got the surgery. So not only did the thing just help me in the gym or just in my physical health, but it could have very well saved my life because, come the time, because it's a lot easier to get the surgery when you're in your 20s in your peak physical condition than when I'm like 60 years old. Probably at that point, even if I did still lift at that point, I'm nowhere near the physical condition I would have been then. And then just when you're younger, you heal from stuff faster. Even if you don't go to the gym, you still heal from stuff faster. So I think it
Yeah,
was definitely the best possible time to get the surgery too.
most definitely. I mean, you caught it at late, you couldn't put a back brace on, and it was a pretty bad scoliosis. So getting that surgery was amazing. But let's just put a picture up of the
Yeah.
post-surgery
I think they said it
scoliosis
was something
surgery.
like 28 screws in my back, I think.
Yeah,
And
it's a
now my
night
curve is at 10
and day
degrees.
difference. Night
Yep.
and day.
Curve's at 10 degrees now.
Really is.
It stayed the same over the last year. No improvement in the curve or no like increase in the curve. They said everything was great. And I'm at the point now where the doctor said the only time I have to go back is if I either have any problems with my back or if I'm like moving away to go back one last time just to be safe.
Most definitely. But with PT, like
Mhm.
how often do you do PT? Like, because I do
Oh,
recall you talking about something about that, like
oh,
during
I only
that
had
summer.
no, I only had to do one PT and that was the day after my surgery. After that, I haven't done any physical therapy.
No physical therapy.
Like
Wow.
my recovery has basically entirely just been resting up and then going back. Like the gym has been my physical therapy pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
And my doctors recommended it too. They said to like once they knew I could go back, they said to do it because it would help me a lot. They said that I would have only needed physical therapy if I didn't go to the gym.
Most definitely. Another reason why you should go to the gym.
Yeah. I mean, I can't recommend it enough, even if you don't have physical issues, just because I think just practically, like you want to be stronger. Like even at like the most vain possible reason, if you just want to look good, that's a reason, and you'll get the benefits even if you just want to look good. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and with that, it's like there's a lot of people out there that have no confidence at all. I'm one of those people. I had zero confidence in myself.
hmm
And I go to the gym and now my confidence starts to come back and like starts to
yeah,
come, you know? I mean, because
it
it
makes you feel
actually
good.
affected my mental health. Like
Yeah.
it saved my mental health really going to the gym.
The same.
I've
I think absolutely same. I got before the gym, I was like years before the gym, I was like a fat kid. And then going into the gym, I was a skinny kid because I lost all that weight because I was like starving myself. So now I'm going to the gym as like a skinny kid. Like I weighed like 150 pounds soaking wet going into the gym. And now I mean I get up to about like 170, 180, 190, like just from muscle. Like I think now I'm about like 188, like 12% body fat, which like if you told me that when I was in high school that was gonna be like my thing, and I was at 8% body fat over the summer. If you had told me that in high school that would be like what my body like composition was like, I would have thought you were lying to me.
I mean, same here. Like you tell me in high school, I was a pretty chubby kid in high school. Let's be real here. I was 220 pounds at 5'9". It was pretty bad. The only thing that really saved my weight, I didn't do any weight loss things besides I had a root canal surgery and wisdom tooth surgery back to back. I couldn't eat really. So I
Yeah, so you
lost
lost some weight there.
50 pounds, 50 pounds from
Damn.
not eating.
God
I didn't
damn.
really feel the effects really. And all I
It's
ate
probably was a
was
lot of water
chocolate
weight too.
pudding. Yeah, no, it probably was too, but then I was just skinny fat really. And then like
Yeah.
going into college, I tried lifting, but I just couldn't because I kept getting injured every single like week. Like
hmm
there was one time I was like ego lifting like the bicep curls and then it pulled something in my back and then I couldn't breathe without my back like severely hurting.
hmm
That walk to class was something else. And then after that, I tried going again after he healed. But after I played basketball with my roommate and he broke my ankles very badly. So that 3 weeks later, I try going again, and but 3 weeks later, I'm like, it's all healed. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to go to the gym. I'll just
Yeah.
do that next semester. But then after that, my dog died, and that was a really sad moment in my life, like extremely sad.
hmm
And I just went to the gym. I went to the gym to just
Just like
ease my
forget
mind off
about it.
that, and then like gain confidence and gain happiness, really, and stop being so depressed.
Yeah. No,
And
and it
I
helps.
tried
Yeah.
quitting many times. I tried like it's not going to be easy. I tried quitting many times. There's many times I wanted to quit. And one time I kind of quit. And then I went back and said, you know what? No, don't quit. You
Just
have to
stick
stick
to
this
it.
out. Yep. You have to stick this out, Aiden. This is the one thing you have to stick out. Like, don't quit. And first two
Yeah.
weeks were hell. Then it became something I
Yeah.
enjoyed doing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the once you see like that first bit of progress, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks. Once you see that first bit of progress, whether that's in strength or how you look, it's addicting, bro. Like that first bit of progress you see, you never want to quit again. You want to just keep seeing that progress. And I think that's what everyone needs. It's like everyone like anytime I go to the gym with someone new, they go like the first couple days and they're like, I'm sore, I'm not gonna go. And I try to tell them like, look, if you just keep going, you're gonna see that progress, and then you're not gonna want to stop. And most of the time, they don't believe me, but the few that do believe me and listen in and go for those weeks, now they're gym rats. Now they go all the
Mhm.
time. Now they go more than I go. So it's just one of those things. Like gym's one of those not even just lifting. It doesn't have to be lifting. It could be like running, playing a sport, some sort of physical activity. Once you get past that initial phase of like not getting the results and you just like, feel bad, you're gonna want to just keep doing it. Once you find something you love to do.
No, most definitely. I mean, but once I started, like, the thing I really liked was because I went 3 days a week because I listened to some online stuff. Don't listen to the stuff online you read on the internet. Go 3 days a week.
Oh, like
No, do
do what
not.
yeah,
Go
just do
go like as much times as you think you can a week,
exactly. I would say yeah, like
please.
find a schedule and find a routine that fits your schedule that you can handle and that you can enjoy doing before you feel burnt out. I know not everyone can actually go 6 times a week, whether that be because of scheduling or they get burnt out, but go as much as you can without feeling terrible afterwards and like still enjoying it.
No, yeah, and to add on to that, I was going 3 days a week because of the scientific
Mm,
lifting stuff, even
yeah.
though nothing about my lifting was scientific at all. Like, let's just be real here. I
Just
was
going
new to the
hard every
gym.
day.
I was trying to pick up as much weight as I can with like curling. I wouldn't really even hit chest really. I didn't hit chest until I started hitting with you. Like my first day benching was
Oh, I remember
ever
that.
was with you.
I
I
remember
got
you before that you
185 up.
refused. You used to refuse to bench, and I think
It
one
was
like one of those
honestly my
days,
anxiety.
yeah,
It
one of those
was
days
my
I finally
anxiety.
convinced you, and then it was just history from there.
Yeah, even though my bench isn't really the best. I mean, right now
Still
it's
better than
280,
mine.
280 pounds. I mean, I wish it could be 315, but
You'll get there.
I with the lifting though, like I went 3 days a week and I hated it so much. I hated going to the gym. Like I almost quit. But then I kept doing it for like 2 more weeks. I'm like, wow, I'm actually starting to like, what the heck? I was like, I noticed in the bathroom, like the communal bathroom, like for my dorm hall, I'm like, wow, I'm starting to like get some
Yeah.
muscle. What the? And then I kept going and like, oh, I don't want to go 3 days a week. I want to go more. And then I pretty much just went 6 days a week from then. I'm like, I keep wanting to go to the gym. I keep just
Yeah.
going and
I
going and going.
I remember the first ever time I noticed like any sort of muscle on me. It's so fun. I think I still have the picture somewhere. If I find it, I'll give it to you. And it's like me flexing, and it's like the tiniest little bicep bump you've ever seen it. But that was enough for me to be like, oh my God, I've got like some sort of muscle. Like imagine in like a year or 2 years or 3 years from now, if I just keep
That's
doing
what I
this.
was thinking. I
Yeah.
remember some of my friends were like rolling their eyes at me when I said I'm gonna like look at all these people like they're just gonna not stick it out, but we're here, we're gonna
Yeah.
do it. And then like some of them rolled their eyes at me, but those some of those people are they don't even go to the gym anymore and look at me now.
Yeah. I mean,
I've
I think
been I've been
for
lifting like a lot.
I would say for me, it's like the thing I feel like most proud about from the gym outside of like myself and like where I've come is that the people that I've like convinced to go to the gym and they're still going to this day. Because I've got like a few friends out there from home, like you know some of them, like some of them go to school with me here that you don't know. But like I would like just like ask them one time, like, hey, you want to go to the gym? And then be like, sure. And then from there, they're still going now, like 3, 4 years later, they're at the gym now. And it's like whenever I see them like, them showing me their progress, and I'm like, damn, like, and they tell me like you got me in the gym, and like that makes me feel like so happy, like that I helped other people find something that they're passionate about and like get healthier.
Yeah, but let's talk about my roommate one of my roommates, Hunter.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously he got an ankle injury over the summer, but this man gained 30 pounds over summer break and he was looking pretty big. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
And I was getting him in the gym, like he didn't really like the lifts we were doing because I was there for like 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
And but like I got him like on like a little like program kinda.
Mhm.
I told him what to do and he did it. And he got a lot of progress and but after that he got injured, but he's starting to go to the gym again. He
That's
told
good.
me he's
That's
going
great.
to.
I mean,
But yeah, he's
right now, me and all my friends here, because we're all going on a cruise in about like a little under 2 months now. Now I got all of them going to the gym with me now because they all want to have like six packs and all that by before the cruise starts. I'm on a
not
cut as
gonna
well because
happen, but you know,
none of us are gonna get six packs, but
I love it. I love the
yeah,
enthusiasm from them. You
right,
know, I mean, I'm
yeah,
happy.
they're all great. Like I mean, now it's at the point now where I'm letting them lead my workouts. Like I'm not even like it used to be like we go to the gym and they're just like, Dan, what are we doing next? And now I go, I'm just like, I'll do whatever you guys want to do. Like I know I'll be able to do. I'll hang with you guys. Like we'll do
It's
what you guys do.
honestly what that's what I do nowadays too. Like honestly, when we started going to the gym together, I used to like show you guys workouts.
Yeah, now it's just like we go, we kind of
And I was
we
like,
already now we have like without writing it down, we have our own routine anyways. Like we
we
kind of do
have
the
a
same
routine,
stuff,
yeah.
and
But
we'll switch it up every once in a while. But
I remember I started off though in the gym. I was 171 skinny fat. Now I'm 203 pounds. Kind of honestly, like that's actually probably the most opposite. Like everyone else would want to lose weight,
yeah,
and you
now
got me
we went and
gaining.
wanted to gain.
But people are like, "Oh, well, I want to lose 30 pounds. No, I want to gain 30 pounds."
Yeah,
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to lose pounds, obviously, but
when we
that's
both
not
started, I'm
how it
sure.
works.
I
I
mean, back
remember like
then,
in the
if it,
first month and a half, though, I gained like 15 pounds. I'm like, I was putting on some muscle.
yeah, I remember when I first started, like I thought I used to hate myself if I went above 165. I used to think I was fat, and then eventually, I think you after you bulked the first time, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try one bulk, and that's all I need. I bulked to like 185. It was like the worst bulk ever. Like 185 is like my regular weight now. And I bulked up to 185. I'm like, damn, I feel heavy. I'm a cut. I cut down to like 175, whatever. But then I did one final big bulk, got to like 200 pounds, and then that's when my surgery happened. But I think that bulk is actually what saved me in the surgery. I had so much muscle. If I went into that surgery weighing 165, there's no way
Oh
I would have
no,
kept any of that muscle.
no, for real. I mean, but when you're bulking, it has to be like a clean bulk. You
Oh,
have to eat
absolutely.
your ground beef and rice. You have to grass-fed ground beef,
Yeah,
white
never dirty
rice.
bulk.
Don't dirty bulk. I mean, it's
We
not how
know a
you
guy.
gain muscle.
We know a guy.
Oh, we know a guy. His light snacks.
Yeah, his light stacks. We know his light stacks. He's like 270 now or something like that.
295 actually
295. Oh, he's
at
heavier
five
than last
eight.
time. Heavier than last time. I mean, he's a powerlifter. You know, give him his props. Like
I give him his
he does what
props
he
though.
has to
He's
do.
strong. He's
He's strong as
strong.
hell. Strongest guy I've ever
He
met.
needs to be at that weight. I mean, he could probably like, cut down, but
He can definitely cut,
it's
like for his own health, but
for his health reasons, yes, because all he talks about is the sodium that's inside his face and belly. But I mean, he's doing good at what he does. I mean, he has shown a lot of progress with his
he's found
equipped
his thing, yeah.
lifting. He
Oh,
found his thing, and
absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
equipped lifting.
Equipped lifting, strong as hell. Like I see him posting all the time, like he's like benching like all this weight, squatting, whatever it is. And I mean, he's one of the probably the strongest guy like I know personally. But I mean, obviously you don't want to be like you don't want to ruin your own health trying to get there unless you're going like hard on powerlifting like he is. Don't dirty bulk just to dirty bulk.
Yeah, don't dirty bulk because you're not gonna gain muscle, you're just gonna gain fat. I mean,
Hmm.
with my bulk, for example, this winter break, I was 185 going to break. Now I'm 203. I almost gained 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And that was all from just ground beef, rice, and all this other stuff I just put down my system. I mean, I was getting some crazy protein, and let's just say that. Like my protein was like 200.
Oh yeah.
On my cut though, I mean, like when I cut, I won't lie, it's like I've had macro days where it was 1,800 calories, 220 grams of protein.
Yeah, I remember my friends, they all thought I was like I was crazy when I told them I was cutting and I was trying to eat like 180 grams of protein. And they all thought that was insane. Like, you can't get 180 grams of protein even if you're bulking. I'm like, dude, like it's really not that hard.
It's
But
not hard at all. I
they
mean,
all think
it
it's hard
really
until they do
isn't.
it. It's really like okay, even like I've stopped drinking like a lot of protein shakes. I used to drink a lot
Oh,
more protein
same.
shakes, but even if you want to use protein shakes, like
Do
if you're
one
using
a
protein
day.
shakes, there's no excuse if you're drinking protein powder. There's no excuse to not be able to reach your
There's
protein
literally no
goals.
excuse. I mean,
If
obviously get your
yeah,
whole foods, and I get
yeah,
most of mine because like with whey protein, it can make you bloated and like all
yeah.
this other stuff. I mean, you got to get it from Whole Foods really, but
Whole Foods is
if
like
you
the
need
best.
to,
Yeah,
like if your protein is 20 off or something, 25
yeah.
off of your
That
protein goal, drink that protein shake
yeah.
because
My
how else
yeah.
are you gonna get it?
That's always my advice to people who like are asking me about getting their protein goals. It's always like don't have it as a crutch. Don't use like mass gainer or whey protein as a crutch. But if you're close, like use it as an insurance policy. Like, oh, I want to hit 180 today, like 180 grams, and I'm at like 155. All right, yeah, make yourself a little shake. There you go. That's your 180 right there. Don't drink like 3 a day to get your protein. That's just it's gonna stay in your stomach. It's not the right type of protein. Like get your eggs, get your your lean ground beef, your grilled chicken, whatever it may be. Get your
Ground
whole foods in.
turkey,
Yeah,
like
ground turkey.
everything. Greek yogurt, get
Yeah,
raw honey for carbs.
egg whites. Like that's
Egg
my
whites is
my
big. Egg
go-to
whites is
cutting
huge.
my go-to like cutting breakfast is like one or two regular eggs and then like a
Yep.
bunch of egg whites.
Same here. And I put some turkey bacon on there.
Yeah.
And if I'm feeling a little frisky, some sourdough bread,
Yep.
because that's a
Exactly.
good carb. I mean, most bread is
Yeah.
really trash, but if you really want to like,
Sourdough
if
bread.
you
Yeah.
really want bread, like once a week, maybe you could put some
Mhm.
sourdough on.
Or get like
And
there's like low carb tortillas even.
low carb tortillas is good as well. Just
Yeah.
make sure the ingredients are clean.
Yeah. Make sure you
Don't
don't
consume
put like
seed oils
chemicals
at
in.
all.
Yeah. Yeah. No
Whenever
seed
I'm
oils.
cutting, there's a reason why. Because I'll go out to eat on my birthday and I'll eat so much, and it's a lot of
Mhm.
seed oils that I have to start cutting the day after my birthday.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut right now for the cruise, like I said. So what
I'm
I'm
in the
doing,
bulk still.
yeah. So like I mean,
I
thankfully,
actually,
hey, go on.
I was like, actually, I'm 207 now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I say
But
thankfully at my school, our dining halls are actually like pretty clean food. We raise and eat like we raise all our livestock on campus, like right next to campus. So we know like it's all whole foods. The calories are all pretty good. Like you get a good amount of protein from like even like the wings here. If you get like the right sauce, as long as you're not getting like honey barbecue, the wings here are even good macros. It's like for a serving of wings, it's like 400 calories and you're getting like 50 grams of protein. And
yeah,
it's like low fat, low carbs. As long as you don't get the only one that's bad is the buffalo or the honey barbecue. If you get like the sweet chili sauce or whatever, like it's good. You're not getting that much sugar. It's great.
the barbecue and buffalo's honestly my favorite wings.
Those are
So,
my favorite too, but they're like probably the least healthy sauces you can get.
oh yeah, definitely. But
Or I guess garlic
honestly,
parm as well.
outside of ranch,
Mhm. I would
ranch
say
is probably
yeah,
the most unhealthiest. But
ranch is also unhealthy.
you
Yeah,
gotta cook with olive oil, but
olive oil. Yep.
not like the
No
blend
vegetable
olive
oil.
oils. Just you gotta go for those glass bottles of olive oil
I,
you
I've
see
been
on the
I've been on the olive oil
counters.
grind for years now. No one believed me until recently when it started coming out. I'm telling you, vegetable oil sits in your stomach for years, dude.
Oh, it's bad. It's so
Olive oil is
bad.
the way
That's
to go if
why
you're cooking with olive
I
oil.
use olive oil, beef tallow, coconut oil.
Hmm.
You just have to use all of those things, and that's how you cook. You don't want to put any trash in your
Nothing
body.
bad.
Like if your cooking oil costs less than your water, it's probably not good for you.
Yeah. And also, yeah, if you're like, I mean, if you have the money, air fryers are also nice if you want to like, avoid like frying shit up on your stove or whatever. Air
Oh
fryers are
yeah,
always nice because you can make some like nice chicken with like you like cook up some chicken or beef or whatever in there, like no oil required. It comes out pretty good. Obviously, it doesn't taste the same as if you fried it up in oil, but you know, it's still
yeah.
healthier for you.
Most definitely, but it looks like our time is running out. But thank you everyone for coming in and watching this episode of Rep Talk.
Yep.
And
Thank
with
you.
our special guest, Dan Ambrosio, who had scoliosis, overcame it, and is still going to the gym grinding to this day.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
No problem. All right, everyone. Till next time, Rep Talk, Aiden McLaughlin, out.
Peace.